Our deepest fear is not that we're inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, which most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, and fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people will not feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine as children do. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It is not just in some of us, it is in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give others permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fears, our presence automatically liberates others. Marianne Williamson. I'd like to say hello and welcome to I Am the Change, Michelle Kelly. Thank you to everybody who's watching me and been following me. I started this in 2019, stating out loud that I was breaking up with fear, I was breaking up with shame, and I was breaking up with guilt, followed by a weekly video showing all of you how fear, shame, and guilt wasn't breaking up with me as quickly as I wanted to break up with it. And fear, shame, and guilt is like a stalker. And I swear, every single night when I go to bed, I go back to like factory reset and I have to be reprogrammed every single day. You broke up with fear, shame, and guilt. You're not gonna do this. And I have to start fresh every day, like the day before never happened. Kind of like 51st dates. So I am a recovering alcoholic and addict, a food addict in recovery. I feel like I've recovered from codependency, workaholism. I quit smoking, and I have a lot of support for my life. And even with all of that, every day isn't great and perfect and wonderful. I always think because I do the right thing or I am doing the right thing, that bad things shouldn't happen to me or couldn't happen to me, or, you know, if something does happen, that I must be doing something wrong and it must be my fault. And maybe God is punishing me for all the wrong things that I have done, and it is now coming out in my body. And I swear, you guys, I know without a doubt that I am not being punished. I believe this, I know this, but what it feels like is I'm being punished. And I am on day 80 of this horrible, I want to say flare up, but I don't think it's a flare up. There's something horribly wrong with my neck, thoracic, and back, and it's all connected. And I've been working on this for 80 days, and taking care of myself as a result of this has been very difficult because I have to lay down most of the day. And I have days where I have to go out and get things done. I am on Social Security disability. I am on food stamps. Angelo and Dana still pay for me to have Hulu and Spotify. And I now can contribute, and I pay for us to have Netflix. So that's like my big, I can contribute now, which is, I'm grateful for that I can do something for them, because they've helped me for the past couple of years. And I'm not physically working anymore. And I think because I'm not physically working anymore, like I should be better by now, and I should be healed, and it should be quicker and faster. And, you know, I have depression too, and that has been something that has been so hard for me to acknowledge, and for that to come out of my mouth, that I have it, because I grew up believing I had ants in my pants and I needed to sit down, sit on my hands, stop moving, stop talking, all of this kind of stuff, or, you're lazy. So I learned how to do all that. And I think I had depression. I know I had depression the entire time, but I learned how to work and keep moving with depression. And it's gotten to the point where I can't. And it doesn't mean I did anything wrong. And it doesn't mean it's my fault. And because I'm having all this pain right now, I know that God isn't punishing me, but sometimes it feels like that. And a lot of times what I keep figuring out what's going on is a lot of times what something feels like isn't actually what's happening. So sometimes I feel like I'm alone. I know that I'm not. I have so many people around me, supporting me, reaching out to me every day, checking in on me. How am I doing? I have a higher power, who I choose to call God, who is with me all the time. However, sometimes it's hard to feel it when I feel like I'm down or not feeling good. And part of why I feel like I'm being punished is because like I have to lay down a lot. And it's one thing when you can't do it, you like wish that you could and you want to, but then when you can, it sucks. And the hardest thing for me is to do nothing. When I tell you doing nothing is a job, and you're like, oh, I wish I had that job. Trust me, it is not as easy as you think. And finding out who you are without a job, without a child living in your house, without a husband, without an animal, you get to know yourself pretty good. And what I keep finding out is most people keep running from themselves, and they keep going and going and going and going until one day you can't. And I have reached that point when I was 48 years old. I'm now 51, going to be 52. So I've had like 4 years of this chronic pain that I'm in 80 days. This is like, I've had chronic pain, but there is something so wrong. And I am waiting and praying to be moved up from my MRIs, in October. I think the 12th and the 17th I'm going, because you have to go on 2 different days because of the contrast. So I can't go see the other doctor until I get those done first. So it's a process. And I think everything just takes way too long. I wanted everything yesterday. I've always been like that. And the waiting is the hardest part, like Tom Petty said. Last week I was talking about my shopping addiction, and I want to tell you this because you'll be proud of me. So I found this new lipstick color that I like, and trust me, if you are a woman, finding a color of lipstick that you like, that I like, has been a challenge, especially because my hair is gray now, and I stopped doing it in front of this because I thought it was washing me out. My friend today said, no, it is not. I'm like, okay, I'm moving the chair back. But anyway, finding the right color lipstick is really hard. And I found a color that I liked at the Dollar Tree, which is shocking. I only bought one because that's all they had, to see if it bled, if it ran out of my lips, if it looked good. It met all my requirements, $1.25. And then I went to like only 3 Dollar Trees. And I have like 7 lipsticks now. Only 7 instead of 25. So I'm making progress. And not that I won't stop at another Dollar Tree. However, I'm not going to intentionally go out of my way to find one to go on a lipstick run like I did with the anxiety blankets. There's like a feather or something going by. I'm not doing that stuff anymore, and I didn't order any more of my pillowcases yet. But the reason why I show you guys I have my pillowcase that I tickle is because if I'm ever in the hospital or ever someplace, I want you to say, does Michelle have her pillowcase? Is she comfortable? So I just want to say thank you so much for watching. Please stay tuned, stay safe, and I will see you all next week.